All right, guys, me and Andrew's back on the Delta, as usual. Fishing with a jig, crawdad. Trying to see what we can do here. Water's moving pretty quickly. Got a bite just a second ago, so we'll see if he hits it again. What? Did we get him? Ah, different kind of hook set. There we go. Oh. I think we got a good one. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, girl. Come here. Come here. Homie. Look at that. Here we go. Beautiful fish. Hey, buddy. Hey. Big, huh? Nice. His name is Sam. Hi, Sam. Get back to that spot. That was a weird bite, dude, on the jig. It's my first time catching one on a not first time catching on a jig, but fishing like this. What are you using? Oh, there we go. That was a good one. Nice chop. All right, how we doing, folks? So this video is going to be about helping out a buddy. So I have a buddy that has a fish finder for his kayak, and he's having a lot of connection problems. So basically he has this Garmin fish finder, okay? And this box right here, you see this big old box with the transponder on the bottom here. That attaches to his kayak. It's actually part of his kayak, okay? So been having a lot of connection problems and he can't seem to get the thing to work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rewire the whole thing. Now the problem is mostly that we see here is here's the battery. Here's the battery, and these connectors, they don't fit. So they were barely hanging on there, okay? So we're gonna make some modifications to that and get this thing right, okay? So y'all know Andrew. Andrew's in most of my videos. This is who this is for. So we just need to clean this up. So we need to make some good connections. So this is our connecting wire that goes to the battery, okay? So we have a red wire and a black wire, obviously, okay? And then the wires that go to the actual fish finder right there are right here, okay? So we have a black wire, we have a red wire, which is your hot, okay? And then there's an inline fuse. It's always good to have an inline fuse just in case anything goes weird. Now we also have a weird brown and a blue wire. Now, as far as I know, and if you guys correct me if I'm wrong, you know, hit in the comments or whatever, I'm pretty sure these are for like other external components, like some other type of usage. So what we're gonna do with those, because we don't want them in the way, we don't want a bunch of wires dangling everywhere, is we're gonna tape those back. So we got some electrical tape right here. You can use whatever tape you want, whatever. But we just want those out of the way, right? We don't want to confuse the situation. So let's take those, and fold them over. There. Piece of tape there. You just want to keep things, when it comes to wiring and stuff like that, you want to keep it nice and clean and organized. Okay? Wiring is not hard. It's not hard at all. You just have to organize it. And you have to figure out what goes to what and go from there. So let's see. So now that we have tackled these and they are out of our way, there we go. See? So now we have our black and our red, and this other two sets of wires are just out of the way. We need them out of the way, okay? So, we need to take these two wires and connect them to those two wires, okay? Now, we can do some funky stuff, and we can jimmy rig it, and we can do whatever we want, and be weird with like a wire connector, okay? This is a very small wire connector. Basically, if you guys don't know, you take the red wire goes with the red wire, okay? And you would kind of twist them around each other like so. And then you take the wire connector and twist it on. And it creates a connection. We're going to take it a step further, okay? What we are going to do, I don't have inline connectors, which I would show you guys what those are if I had them, but I don't have them. So let's organize this, get this right. So the red wire needs to go to the red wire, right? So the best way to get a connection is to get a solid mutual connection. And the best way to do that is soldering it, okay? So we are going to solder. See, I'm twisting the two wires together, okay? Just like that, good connection. But just doing that, even with the wire connectors, can actually come loose. Okay, a lot of activity on a kayak, a lot of fishing going on, things like that, it can come loose. So what we want to do is we want to take solder and we're going to apply solder to this. Now solder is basically, if you don't know what it is, it's basically, it's a metal, okay? It's very soft metal and it will create a connection between these two wires. So that's what we're gonna do, okay? So let's do that. First, let's actually do both of them at the same time. That way we're not wasting time here. Now we have the black wire. We're going to twist these two together like so. Okay. I know as far as fishing goes, none of this is very interesting. You'd probably rather see me catching fish. Get it? I'd rather see you catching fish. But sometimes this is stuff you deal with, you know? Is modifications and trying to figure out, you know, how to fix stuff. So we're gonna fix stuff. This is what we're gonna do. So let's take, this is our soldering iron, okay? It's good and hot. You can feel the heat coming off of it, okay? Then you touch the soldering iron to the solder, okay? But do it near the wires. And what's gonna happen is that solder is going to kind of drip onto the wires and then it's going to solidify quickly. So we are going to get some liquid going here. There we go. It's going to make a solid connection on these wires. These wires are not going to come apart now. Okay. I think we're going to do it a little bit on the tip there and a little bit on the base. And our red wire will be complete. Okay. All right. So now you have a nice tight connection between the wires. Then what you can do, just for, you know, safety's sake, take the wire connector, twist it on there. And that just kind of keeps everybody together in a nice little happy family. Okay, it's not so basically I have a clump of solder on here that's preventing me from doing that. So we have a good connection though. It's good connection. So before we actually protect this area, because I'm probably going to use some tape to go ahead and connect that, or to protect that, let's make sure everything works before we actually close off these wires. Because if we don't have a good connection, we got to go right back here, okay? So let's solder the next ones together. Good amount of solder there. This is actually really heavy solder. I would prefer a lighter one. This is more like jewelry solder, but I mean, it'll work for now. It'll make the connection. It'll do what we need it to do. It'll connect these wires together without coming apart. And there we go. Okay. So we're good. Basically, solder hardens immediately, okay? So, next thing we need to do, I know this is probably the most boring thing in the freaking world to you guys, but you may need to do this sometime, all right? We got to change out these connectors. These connectors are trash, okay? So I think we have enough lead wire on here to be able to just cut these off and call it good. So let's do that. So this is your basic electrical tool, okay? It has all these holes for different sizes of wire. It's got a clipper right here. So get yourself some of those if you like to do this kind of work. I'm gonna clip these off. Done. And done. And then size of wire, so this is probably, this looks like, basically this thing has holes on it and you just push the wire through it. So this is like 14. No, it's probably 16. And you just strip it. Boom. Now you have bare wire. Okay? Always take your wire and twist it. You know, there's 40 strands of wire in here. You want to twist it together so it doesn't get all weird. Okay? Let's do the same on the black side. What did we say, 16? There we go. Twist it around. Okay. Now, I happen to have had in my tools out there some different connectors. These right here. Okay. They're virtually the same connector, but the right ones. So let's get rid of this trash here. Here's the battery. Here was the connectors. The old ones didn't fit. This one is a nice snug fit, right? Gotta bend that up a little bit. Boom. Nice snug fit, okay? No problems with connections. Boom. Done, right? The other ones barely fit. They were trash. So where does trash go? Garbage. All right, so now that we've established that, pull these connectors off. This here. Now, inside these connectors, there's a little hole. That's where you feed the wire through, and then I'll show you what to do next. So let's do the black one first. Okay. We still have plenty of lead line there. That should be fine. Oh yeah, that's fine. So let's put the black one in here. You want to kind of feed it through there to where it's in there, right? Like you want to make sure it's in there and it's making contact. And then take your crimper, this is called a crimper, and crimp that thing closed. Boom. Ain't coming off. See that? We crimped it down, wire's in there, it's making contact. We're good. So then repeat the process on the next wire. A little too much wire here, but that's okay. I actually gotta trim some of that off. All right, so put it in there. Now crimp it down. All right, so we have solid connections, okay? Solid connections. All right. Always make sure you're cleaning up after yourself because I Typically don't do that. Yeah, it makes a mess. Okay. So again, remember, guys, we're leaving these open just in case we have any issues. Okay. Those are the soldered ends. So now we're going to see and make sure that what we did works. So let's plug it in. Boom. See how easy that went on? But also it's a snug fit. Nice and snug. Then we need to plug in this bad boy and make sure everything is good. So we got a 4-pin and a 4-pin. Which one's power? Well, that should be our power. Oh, here we go. Okay. So the red one's power. Plug that bad boy in. Oh. Flat side, upside. There it is. Okay. And then we plug in the transducer. Not that it's going to find this fish in the middle of my living room, but okay. And then let's go ahead and put it on there. All right. Here we go. Power on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have power. We have a fully functional fish finder now. We're good to go. What's on here anyways? Oh, that's kind of cool. Quick draw map. Split frequency. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you this. We are up and running. The fish finder is up and running. And we don't have any loosey-goosey connections. Nothing weird's going on here, right? Everything's good. Don't let those wires touch though. Everything's good. All right. So we're going to put this bad boy back together and get it off to my buddy. So, free of charge, by the way. So, hope you guys like the video. I know it's kind of boring. It's like weird technical stuff, but if you could hit the like button, hit the notifications, and subscribe to my channel, really appreciate it. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm going to get this thing back together and get it back to my buddy. Thanks. Bye.